Okay, Asia session live, back in the charts this week. I was actually back yesterday, but did not take any trades, didn't see anything that I liked. So hopefully I can catch something today. So I've updated the strategy, updated the indicator, and updated a lot of the charts, including the momentum cycle chart. In the next few days, I'm going to record some update videos on what I've changed in my trading. So do check out the Whop to see what I've implemented now. But for now, I'm just going to quickly go over the Asia session pairs and create my watch list. I'm essentially looking at monthly bars, weekly bars, daily bars, and the H8 bar. And I'm looking at the setup time frame. This text at the top, I want this setup time frame for each of them to be in a unidirectional cycle. Unidirectional meaning that the cycle has to be in one where the breakout levels, breakout bias, and the peak bias are both pushing in the same direction. So, for example, breakout continuation, we're above the breakout level, breakout bias is pushing up. We're faking out a peak low, and we're above it. Peak bias is also pushing up. When you have that alignment with breakout bias and peak bias, usually you're going to have much smoother moves in the market. So the cycles that have black text, these are unidirectional cycles, and I want this setup time frame to be in a unidirectional cycle. These gray ones, these have mixed bias, breakout reversal. We're above the breakout level, so breakout bias pushing up. We're faking out a peak high, coming down, peak bias is pushing down. So that's a mixed bias cycle. I don't mind trading mixed bias cycles, but I don't want to frame my higher time frame bias on a mixed bias cycle. I want that higher time frame bias to be in a unidirectional cycle. So essentially, all I'm doing is I'm looking at this text, and if it's in a unidirectional cycle, the indicator lets me know that it's good to look at. And then there's a bunch of other criteria that I'm looking at, which I'll explain in the Whop in the next few days. And this just lets me know that I can use this monthly bar as my higher time frame bias. So the whole idea now is that I want this one of these bars, doesn't have to be all of them, can just be one of them, to be in a good unidirectional cycle. And then when I have all the criteria that I'm looking at, I can use this as my higher time frame bias, and then I can drop down to lower time frames and trade in the direction of the higher time frame. So on the monthly bar, I'm trade that monthly bar on the H4 or H8. If I hover over this, you can see at the bottom there, detail execution. Those are the time frames that I can trade this. So H4, H8, that's where I trade the monthly bar. Daily is where I trade the monthly momentum. The monthly is the momentum time frame. So those are the two time frames that I'll trade if I have a good bias on this monthly bar for the yearly cycle. Yep. So that's pretty much how I do my watch list now. And so I just take a look at that. If it's lit up, then I can use this. Then I'll put it on the watch list, and then I just move on. So something else I've changed in the indicator, I've updated the code so it runs a lot more efficiently and a lot snappier. So this process is a lot faster now. So these monthly is lit up, has everything I want. Weekly, daily, and H8 don't have anything. It's green here, so it tells me that the setup time frame and the momentum time frame are both pushing in the same direction. Peak bias are both pushing in the same direction, but something is wrong with this, and I can see that on the week execution, the breakout bias is not in the right place. So it's just below the weekly breakout level, so I can't use the weekly bar as my higher time frame bias. And same with daily. Something's wrong with that. Yeah, so breakout bias as well. So we're below that daily breakout level. So I don't mind trading from down here, but this just quickly tells me that this is not 100% set up the way that I want. But peak bias is both pushing in the same direction, and this is why it's green. If it's gray, it tells me that lots of things are wrong with this, and specifically the peak bias are not aligned. And again, I don't mind trading when things are like this, but if I'm putting stuff on my watch list, I only want the best trade setups. So I'm going to put gold on the watch list. Monthly bar is in a good unidirectional cycle. Breakout conditions are good. There's no ranges here. This is something that I don't mind taking. So the whole idea is I have a good direction on the monthly, and then I'm dropping down to the lower time frames, and I'm waiting for a pullback, faking out a low to take this back up. So some people were having trouble with the way that I trade, the way that I see the market. So last couple of weeks, I started to simplify my setups, and so essentially, I'm only going to be trading the trend retracement setup, and I can trade that trend retracement setup on any time frame, from the monthly all the way down to the 15-minute. The process is exactly the same now. Okay, so this one, I'm looking for a fake out of the previous week low. Right now, we're breaking out of it and we're below it. I do want this to come back up. So what I'm looking for in an entry, I introduced this concept a couple months back, the entry patterns. There's three entry patterns: reversal patterns, continuation patterns, and pullback patterns. I'm looking for false breakouts and trend reversals for that reversal pattern. Reversal patterns only happen at swing points, doesn't happen anywhere else. Continuation patterns, looking for that breakout, continuation, trend breakout, and pullbacks. I'm looking for a flip of that breakout level, faking out the low, fake out retracement, and then flipping that breakout level again is a pullback continuation and a trend breakout at the top of that entire structure. So all the cycles that I'm using in these patterns, these are all unidirectional cycles: false breakout, trend reversal, pullback continuation, trend breakout, breakout continuation, trend breakout. So that's the logic behind why I'm using these cycles to trade these entry patterns. So in this case, we have the breakout level right here. And so I do want that breakout level to be in my direction before taking this. So can't take this yet. It's not set up. There's always a possibility that it won't go back up, but I do trade momentum. If it flips that breakout level, then momentum is up. If it doesn't flip that breakout level, then I'm not even going to be looking at this. So going on to the next one, oil. This was one that I liked yesterday. Didn't set up for me. Monthly, nothing else here. And so again, it's a strong push down. We just faked out the year range high. We're below the 6 months range low, broke out of this big range here, flipped the breakout level and got below the previous year low. That's a year trend reversal. This cycle right here, we broke out, flipped the breakout level as a false breakout, and then getting below the low is a trend reversal. So I like that. I didn't like how it reacted right at this breakout level, exactly at that point, but I still wanted to take this down. Never set up for me. It did trigger that previous week high. I was waiting for it to get below it. Never did that. I generally don't like to trade oil in Asia, or I prefer not to. I prefer to wait for London or New York, especially. But once in a while, you'll get some really nice oil moves in Asia. Um, so I'll just mark that off, but I most likely won't be trading this one. Yen pairs, nothing, 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 nothing. So again, I'm just looking at this top over here, this indicator. I'll explain more in detail in the Whop about what I'm specifically looking for. But for now, I'm just quickly browsing through. So CAD-J, daily has a breakout bar, 3 months false breakout. So we flipped that breakout level. It's a bearish breakout, faked out the low. That's a breakout reversal and got back above. So that's good. So I'm looking for a trend retracement again. So I can see the H8 lows right here. The setup for that trend retracement is faking out the H8 low. Have not triggered that previous day high. It looks like it did. I thought it did, but technically it did not. So this is still okay to take. Yeah, so I'm going to put that. I do like this one. EJ, nothing, 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 nothing. Move on. Nothing, 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 nothing. So I don't check again or anything. I just flipping through. If I don't see anything that I like, then I'll go in deeper detail. But in general, at this first pass, I'm just flipping through really quickly. And so I can see the 3 month setup, the breakout conditions are not good. This just tells me that we're in a last breakout bar is far away. And so generally, I want that breakout bar to either be the current one or the previous one. If it's not, then you're most likely in a range. So I generally don't like to trade in ranges, and the monthly momentum is not aligned with that 3 months setup. It's a breakout reversal. Coming down, we have not triggered any of these ranges. Doesn't look like. Actually, no, we have triggered the monthly range at the low, monthly range low. And I could see right there, triggered that low. So it's coming up. But yeah, too many ranges here. Gonna move on. Nothing, nothing. NJ. Same as KJ, getting above, false breakout move, looking for a pullback to the lows. No ranges here. Here's the H8 low. I'll have a look if it can get down here. UJ, nothing, nothing, nothing. We have one on the H8. So if I can set the monthly bar as my hard time frame bias, then these are usually more swing trades. Weekly and daily are more day trades. H8 are session trades, and H2, H1 are usually scalps. M15, I don't usually use that, but there has been times that I have looked at it in the past couple of weeks and taken short scalps. You can see there at the bottom the detail execution. I can take it on the 15 seconds. So a few months ago, I was starting to trade on the seconds time frames, and so this is how I'm doing it. But in general, in Asia, I prefer to be trading the higher ones. I don't mind this one. Actually, I was bearish on UJ for the longest time here, but now we flipped it yesterday. Strong push up. Um, so it's a false breakout on the H8. I trade the H8 bar on the M5. I trade the H8 momentum on the M15. And the bar is too small, so I'll be trading the momentum. This one is blue. Setting it blue because session trades I treat differently than the higher time frames. Nothing, 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 nothing. Move on. Okay, NZDUSD, false breakout as well. Lots of false breakouts looks like today. And so again, it's a false breakout move. We're flipping it. False breakouts are always best if you have that fake out of the low. 6 months false breakout. We broke out, faked out the low. That's a breakout reversal. Getting above is a false breakout. And so this is a reversal pattern. I started trading these reversal patterns, continuation and pullback patterns once I started trading on the seconds time frames. Really enjoyed trading it in this way, so I brought this concept up to higher time frames. So all the time frames behave exactly the same. Market is fractal, and I trade exactly the same. So this is essentially this move here, reversal pattern. So I can take this on a higher time frame, but obviously I don't want to be trading a monthly bar. So I do want to get in as tight as possible. So it is coming down, faking, or it broke out of the previous week low. Not interested in this until it gets above the, at least it has to at least fake out that previous week low. And if it gets above, we have the weekly breakout level right here, and we're faking out if it gets above, it fakes out that previous week low. This is a breakout continuation move. Continuation pattern right here, breakout level, faking out a low, coming back up. And so this is what I'm looking for at the moment on NZDUSD. Longer term trade, short term still bullish actually. So yeah, I don't mind this one. I actually like this one as well. So these continuation trades, breakout continuations, these are pullback trades. And again, I'll explain all this in the Whop. There's four different trades that I look for, breakout trades in these cycles, breakout cycles, trend reversals, false breakout cycles, pullback trades, which are breakout continuations, reversal trades, and range trades. So breakout continuation is a pullback trade. Over here, we're breaking out, and then we fake out that previous low to take it up. So very often, or actually all the time, these moves are either going to be reversal patterns, continuation patterns, or pullback patterns. And these often will be breakout reversals, breakout continuations, or fake out retracements, which are all can be seen as a reversal trade. So when I'm trading breakout continuations, I drop down to lower time frames and time the entry. So the entry, I always like to trade that flip of breakout levels. So I'd be looking for this false breakout move. So right now I can see on the lower time frame, breakout level is over here. Oh no, actually it's down low. It just closed again in breakout. So breakout level is down here. Did not fake out the previous day low. So this is not really ideal. I always want to see a fake out of the low because this tells me that the market rejected the move down. And if it rejects the move down, I'm more confident to take it back up. If it just flips that breakout level, The safer trade would be above previous day high. That would be a trend reversal move, but this is too far out. So I will have to look for a different entry, probably H8 or a pullback to take it up, or I can even take this and put a wider stop. But right now, I'm just gonna do the rest of my watch list. I'll think about this when it happens. And so, yeah, just need to flip this breakout level, and I'd be looking for this move, this false breakout move. So moving on here, Aussie CAD, nothing. Uh, have a session trade here. This is something I was looking at New York session actually. Um, New York session last night had this one was all good to go, but it was right above that weekly breakout level. I was waiting for this weekly breakout level to break before taking it, but it broke out and it was a bit too late. This was midnight, and I was already too sleepy to wait for anything. And good thing I didn't, because it did not set up. But essentially, I'm waiting for a pullback to the highs on the either the M15 or the 5 minute. So this one I can trade on the bar because we have a strong breakout bar here. The setup for this one would be faking out the H2 high to take it down. This would be a pullback trade. This is the breakout level, broke out bearish, flipped it, faking out the high here. This is a fake out retracement, and then the entry would be the pullback continuation underneath here. A little bit too close to this H low, so I would rather wait for the H low to break. But yeah, so the entry would be if we get below this. But I'll double check this. There's lots of levels in the way, and higher time frames are also bullish here. Peak bias are aligned bullish, but there are fake out retracements, and fake out retracements are, as I explained before, mixed bias cycles. Breakout bias pushing down, peak bias pushing up, so anything can happen in the mixed bias cycles. We'll mark that off anyways, but I probably will need to see a bit more getting below one of these levels right now. Higher time frames are pushing up. Lower time frames reverse before higher time frames, but I'd rather see that higher time frame confluence. Nothing here. Nothing. Okay, so this is bullish, but we have this really strong bearish fake out wick on the 3 months high. Most likely I won't be looking at that, but we'll mark it off anyways. Nothing. So again, I'm just looking to see if this is lit up. One of these. Doesn't have to be all three. I just need to see one. Nothing here. Aussie Swiss. Okay, so that's it. This is my watch list for today. I don't trade Forex until the 4 hour bar closes in about 45 minutes here at 8. So right now I only look at Nikkei. And Nikkei pushing higher time frame bias is bullish. Strong breakout bar looking for a pullback to the H8 low. That's the ideal setup. It looks like it's getting close. And let's see. So something else about my setups, I always prefer to frame my trades around one of the higher time frame levels. So these white text here, these are the key levels I look at. Previous day high, breakout levels, previous day low, and the daily open. I want the trade to be framed around one of these, and this was kind of in the middle of nowhere, so I probably won't be looking to take this unless we get a breakout at the top here. So even monthly, not ideal here. Quick look at the weekly. Yeah, so still not really confident in this one. So I'm just going to let this play out. Next H4 for this one closes in 1.5 hours. So I'll probably have another look around then. Range on H4 coming down. Does make sense to take these trades on ranges. If I'm trading ranges, I want to be trading reversals or breakouts at the edges. And so before I explain about that breakout market conditions, if I'm trading a breakout, it's going to be a breakout bar. Reversals are either going to be breakouts and fake out bars, one after another. Pullbacks are also breakout fake outs. But if you have a breakout followed by multiple fake outs or an inside bar or outside bar, then you're in a range. So I know that the breakout conditions I need it to be trading a current breakout bar, or the previous bar needs to be a breakout bar. Otherwise, we're not in good breakout conditions. Okay, so nothing yet for me, but there are some that I'm kind of interested in. So I'll have a look at these if they set up. All right, still nothing here yet. We're coming down on Nikkei. I think NZDUSD is probably the best bet for now. I'm looking for a fake out, a false breakout move here on the daily. Waiting for about 50 minutes to the new H2 bar. So I do want to see this come up above the previous week low to fake that out. And then I can consider taking this back up. But for now, no trades until 10. CAD JPY still has not come down, triggered the low, so I still don't have a setup here on the daily. Euro NZD is a bullish one here, but it is coming down instead. So it's a breakout, but I don't have a setup on this one. It's a breakout reversal. Don't mind that actually, but the 6 months is bullish. Breakout reversal monthly. I need that flip. Yeah, so right now I can't take this one yet. Normally I don't mind taking this one, but no, actually no, we're in a weak range here. So I need to at least get below here, but it's too far down. Okay, so nothing on this one. And that's it. So nothing yet. Waiting on NZDUSD. I'll switch this over. Okay, that's it for now. So I'm waiting until 10 and I'll reassess at that time. Okay, so going back to that Euro NZD, this actually is a setup for me, but it's not really easy to see. So these are my best trade setups. This is a trend reversal trade. Right now, I'm basically just trading trend retracements, but I also have reversals, breakouts, and pullback trades. For trend reversals, I want the higher time frame to be in a trend breakout or a trend reversal, basically a strong bullish move. And we do have one here on the 6 months with it, which is a trend breakout, breaking out of that previous 6-month high. Middle time frame, I want to be in a breakout reversal or a counter trend breakout. And the middle time frame is in a breakout reversal, which means that the lower time frame, I need another unidirectional cycle pushing down. Lower cycle, lower time frame is still in a breakout reversal. So actually, these middle time frames they loop. So if you get the same ones multiple times, and I just continue on down, and the weekly is in a trend breakout. So that's exactly what I do look for, but it wasn't really easy for me to see straight away. I did see that 3 months high coming down. Did see that as a trend breakout, but I did not see the. When I looked at this, I saw two breakout reversals. I did not really see that trend breakout. So this wasn't that easy to see. I needed to see it in multiple time frames. And this is something that I would see if I'm focusing just on Euro NZD, but with the way that I'm trading, if I'm just flipping through and I want to spend as little time as possible on each one, this is not something that I would have seen. If I'm looking at just the M15, if I had Euro NZD in one of the pairs I was watching, and I was just looking at the M15, then I definitely would have seen this move. This is that trend retracement breakout. We have a push down on the daily, strong push on the daily, coming up, faking out the H8 high, and want to take it down. So I would have seen that, but did not have that on the short list. So missed that one. So I do consider this a missed trade. And so when I take missed trades, I always think about why did I miss it? Was there something that I could do better in my process? For me, there's always a line that you need to balance between how active you want to be and you know and how many trades you want to be taking. And so for me, I don't want to be sitting at the chart all day. And so I'm fine missing something like this. This is more of a reversal trade, and I'm looking to trade more trend retracement trades. This move right here is a trend retracement. We have a false breakout on the daily breakout, and then the H8 is a breakout continuation. This is a trend retracement, bearish one. So that first time frame, trend retracement, that first time frame, I need one of these unidirectional cycles. So we got the false breakout, and then this middle time frame is going to be a breakout continuation, and then I enter on one of these on lower time frames. So in this case, if we got through that H2, so the H2 is in a trend reversal, and so so this is this setup right here, trend retracement setup. But again, I wasn't watching this one, so I'm all right missing that. And also, we're right at that weak range. This is something that I probably would be a little bit worried about taking. And we have not triggered that high, coming down instead. But yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's all I have to say about Euro NZD. I think it's a decent trade, especially if you're looking at faking at that previous 3 months high inside bar, and we're below the inside bar but above the range. Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if somebody took this, especially after this strong push. Definitely would be thinking about taking this down. But yeah, okay. So that's what I have to say about that. And let's see, about 5 more minutes here. Definitely want to see this get back above. The other thing I need to consider about this one is that it has not triggered the H8 low. And we have 2 hours. If this doesn't close above the previous high in 2 hours, then that's an inside bar. If there's an inside bar, that creates a range. So I have to be careful about that. So yeah, maybe I'll skip this one. Don't think that's going to be the best. Okay, still nothing yet. Still haven't taken a trade this week. Just being very selective with everything here. Okay, we're pushing up here on the M15. M15, I can use this as my bias time frame, so I can drop down. So I'm trading this M15 bar on the M1 there, M15 momentum. So this is a breakout setup right here. I can already take this, but just going to wait for 30 seconds here. So the breakout setup, I want to see higher time frame has to be in a unidirectional cycle. Middle time frame should be in a cycle that's going opposite direction, and then you want that unidirectional cycle, either a trend breakout or a trend reversal that breaks this one. So basically, all that means is that I'm just looking for a breakout and then a bearish fake out, and then a break above that. Okay, took this one. And my stop loss below the H2. And I'm going to bring this up to that previous H8 high. Okay, so that's that. And let's see if this wants to go. Okay, H8 bar just closed. It actually closed inside, so I'm actually going to exit my position right now. Close enough to that previous H8 high. I don't want to be stuck in an inside bar. And taking my profits here, and that's it for the trade. So took just a little under 2.6 R, maybe 2.5 R, and done with Asia session. So what's next for this trade? We have this indication that lets me know that I can use the daily bar as my higher time frame bias, and I'm essentially looking for price to pull back and fake out H8 lows to take this back up. So if I'm trading this daily bar at the bottom there, detail execution, I trade this on the M15. So essentially, I'm looking for trend retracements going back up. We also have this indication here. I can use the monthly as the higher time frame bias. The whole idea of this trade was to go from the bottom here all the way back up to the high of the range. But inside here, I kind of doubt that price will just cut right through. So I don't mind taking my profits as we go. If I'm trading in ranges, you really want to take your profit as soon as you can, as soon as you hit the next level, and get in on pullbacks and see if this wants to continue up. So I do think this is still bullish. Higher time frames to me are still bullish. We are stuck in a range here, and I'm going to continue looking for buys only after pullbacks. But again, I exited this trade because the H8 closed inside, and there's always a possibility that price can get all the way back down, fake out the low before it goes up, or just get stuck in here. And I'm not going to just sit around and watch this. Happy with the profit, and that's it. All right, so that's the only trade I took. Was also looking at Nikkei, did not set up. NJ as well. NJ did set up, not the best looking one here. Could have taken it on the, let's see here, breakout continuation move, breakout levels here, faking out the low, could have taken that up. Actually, we are in a range here on the H8, and we have not faked out that low of the range. So I think this is what I was looking for, price to come down and fake out that range low. So probably not the smartest one to take because it did not trigger that H8 low. But yeah, did not take that. Your NZD went to that level that I said that I identified, but I did not see this one in real time. This is a reversal setup. Could have taken this. Did give me that trend retracement structure that I'm always looking for. But yeah, did not see this one in real time. If I spent more time on the charts than I would have, but I kind of just want to trade and leave straight away. Okay, so that's it. Gold. Don't think gold did anything here. I'm looking for gold to get back above the weak breakout level. Inside bar here has not triggered the H8 low, so nothing there for me. And AU did set up, did not trigger the lows as well. We're in a big range here on the daily. Day range high, day range low. It's an outside bar, did not trigger that low. So this would have been a little bit difficult for me to take. I thought NZDUSD was the cleaner one. And so I did enter as price got above this one, the H8 false breakout move. I could have already taken this up, but I did wait until we got above the day breakout level, entered, and went straight up to that H8 high. I was looking for a move up to this H8 level, but did not get all the way there. I would have exited here if Um, if it didn't, well, you saw that there was an alert that let me know that it triggered that next H8, so I would have exited here. The whole idea, this is a false breakout move, and the false breakout move is a bullish one. I want to go to that next H8 high. So it did fake that out or trigger it. Um, if you're trading with a higher time frame bias, then I would have held up even higher to the high of this one. But I don't. It's not really my style to hold for that long, especially when we're in a range. So my style is more from level to level, but I wouldn't mind taking this all the way back up to here. If you can stomach all these pullbacks, this is the trade that I would have preferred to take, um, probably with a higher, wider stop loss. Okay, so that's it. Done with Asia session, and I'm not sure if I'll trade London, but if I do, I'll see if I create a video on that. In this video, I mentioned that in the next few days, I'll update the indicator strategy and the charts in the Whop subscription. Kind of busy right now. Lots of personal things going on. Nothing serious, but it's things that are pulling my attention away from my trading. So if I don't get it in the Whop in the next few days, I'll definitely try to get it in on the weekend. Definitely owe a lot of updates to people with strategy wise and um, how I do things, how I approach the new procedures and things like that. So definitely will update that very soon. So the subscription is still in early access, but I'm gonna close the early access later this month. So everybody who's in there currently are gonna still continue with the early access pricing, but once I close that early access, it's not going to be available anymore for any new signups. I really want to get the training done. I've done a lot of charts, a lot of things I want to talk about, including psychology. So I'm in the middle of developing this training series, and I definitely want to just test that out first with all the people who are in the subscription. And if I think that it's something good and I think that it's worth teaching, then I'll open up the subscription again to the public. But for now, end of this month, that's it. There's no more signups for the early access, and that's it. So I'll continue any videos in the Whop, but for now, this is it for Asia session.